Still a little cold in my workshop, so I'm gonna pop some hand warmers in my pockets. Good little trick that I learned. You don't always have to be in a glove. Pop them in your pockets, so when your hands get cold, just put them in your pockets and warm them up. Alrighty. Have me a nice glass of Japanese whiskey. It's not my favorite, but kind of can't go wrong with Japanese whiskey. They're all pretty good. $40 bottle like this is kind of comparable to a $60 bottle of scotch. Nowhere near as smoky, but they're always much smoother. So it's kind of hard to go wrong. Especially, so, I just came back from Japan. It was pretty nice to actually have some Japanese whiskey in Japan. Not really a sushi guy, so I really could care less about the raw fish. But I was excited about having some whiskey in Japan. And it didn't let me down. I'm pretty good with beers, too. Don't know how long I'm gonna be out here discussing things, but it looks like a pretty decent pour. Yeah, it's definitely a decent pour. Gonna smoke it, because like I said, it's not as smoky as scotch, so, but that's a quick fix. You can add your own smoke. Gonna add some pecan to this. Kind of goes really nice with the cleanness of this whiskey. Was gonna do some apple, but I'll go with the pecan. A little messy, a little heavy-handed. Still cold out here, so my lighter might not work. Might actually have to go to the big torch. Oh, there we go. Let's watch that smoke. Pretty nice. Not as smoky as I want it, so let me light it up some more. Oh, here we go. Here's some smoke. definitely changes the smell. Makes it sweeter. I think that's good enough. Stop playing with your food. Not sure if I'm gonna have a cigar. Might not. Not really sure how YouTube really deals with people having a cigar and not just holding it, but actually smoking it. And I kind of don't want to light up a cigar to just hold it for the ambiance of a cigar. If I'm going to light one up, I definitely want to smoke it. So I got to check into that a little bit more, because I do like to have my cigar with my whiskey. Yeah, that's nice. Torch away. It's been a little while since I really put in some time out here in my workshop. It's kind of cold. You can see my breath, so kind of been being lazy, falling way behind on cranking out my dog toys. And I got another product that I'm working on, something to do with skiing and snowboarding, so I can actually get my fire hose and light up and spark up my sewing machines and create another product that I've been working on. But it's just been hard. It's been cold. It's been snowy. Had to dig myself out just so I could get in here. But I'm in here now. Probably burning a whole lot of propane to keep it at whatever temperature it is now. But at least it's comfortable. Plus I got my city issued snowsuit on with my old fire pants. But they definitely do a good job to keep you warm. So every now and then you find a product, and yeah, I'm gonna hawk a product. I know people are kind of happy that I don't do a whole lot of selling on this channel, and that's not really the main point of this channel. Definitely not gonna be a gear review and selling a lot of things, but I am a small business owner, and I do believe in selling things that you appreciate and you enjoy. Plus, ski houses in the mountains, they don't pay for themselves, so you got to do something to bring in the money or the extra money. But I was watching YouTube and I saw somebody review a product, and it's very rare that I see a product that I'm like, I instantly want that product, because I can see a place for it. It was a ski snowboard related product, so it was perfect for this channel and what I'm doing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm all set up now. I'm starting to get a little bit of an audience, and I think I came across genuine enough that if I do try to sell something, I don't think people think I'm just trying to push things on people. So I'm like, let me reach out to this brand. Maybe I can kind of get a quasi little small creator sponsorship, or at least a coupon code or discount, so if anybody in the audience likes it, they could go get it at a discount. So I was looking up the product and I came across all the information. It's a product from these two dudes in Colorado. They went on Shark Tank. They actually got a deal. Everything was great. And then I found it on Amazon. And I always look on Amazon first because I am an Amazon associate. So I review products, and if people click on them, I get a little bit of kickback. So that's a pretty nice gig. So if a product can be reviewed on Amazon, I kind of like to buy it on Amazon. I looked at it, I saw it, and I instantly was like, ooh, I don't know. Like, it was $50 or $49, and it was something that was just simple and basic. I'm like, that's expensive. I don't know if that's something that I would buy at that price. So I definitely don't think it's something I want to try to put out to an audience. And then I looked right beside it, which happens on Amazon. You look, you see one product and you see 3, 4, 5 other ones. And I saw some other ones and they were like $20. And I'm like, maybe that one is the original. Maybe it's better. But can it be double? And I'm like, it's too simple for this knockoff to be twice as bad or the other one to be twice as good. So I'm like, let me pick up the one that was $20 to see if it's something that I wanted to get. And I know it's going to be hard. I can't compare it to the other one because I'm not buying it at $50. It's just not worth it. But the product came in today, and when I took it out of the package, it felt heavy. And heavy is usually a good thing unless you're trying to climb Everest. And it's something that was made out of silicone and magnets. So as long as the silicone is pretty solid and the magnets actually do their job, that's the product. And in my research, I found the Shark Tank episode where they talked about it, and they asked, what's your cost of goods? How much does it cost for you to make it and bring it in? They're like, it costs $7 something, and that was in the beginning before they probably grew, started buying more, got that cost down. They were like, we cover shipping, which is usually like $8, but if you start to sell more things, you get better discounts with shipping. You always gear towards the high, then somebody's going to be in your same state and it might cost half as much. So that's an average. So I'm like, okay, maybe they spend $20 between the shipping and the product. They sell it for $50. They make 30 something. Okay, everyone should make their profit. But I'm like, their profit is more than this whole one cost. So here it is. Their product, I'm gonna give them the endorsement. It's the Snow Strip. Silicone, couple of magnets, pop it up against your car so you can lean your skis and your snowboards so you don't have to pop them in the dirt or they don't scratch your car. It's kind of a brilliant idea. It's simple. That's why you see I'm like, I don't know if this is $50 worth of a product, but it's definitely something that makes sense. Something that once you have it, once you see it, it works. Take my metal straight edge. I'll take it out to the car in a little bit, but just to demonstrate the magnets. Simple. Then you lean your snowboard in here, you lean your skis there, you pop your ski poles, and that's it. Easy on, easy off. Pop it back in the car, and you got it. But simple things like that are the type of products that I like, something that I would endorse. And this, right now, this is the type of product that I think anyone who skis and snowboards that doesn't rent could use. Solid, it's durable, it's kind of thick. Do I have my scale down here? Let's see how much it weighs. I don't know if the batteries on this scale are working. Yep, there they are. Whoa. 1.4 pounds. You got almost a pound and a half of silicone and magnets. So I can't imagine that the other one is gonna be better, more durable, and worth more than double the price. So this one, Hikeen, got it on Amazon. There will be a link in the description if you wanna pick one up. But yeah, I don't see anything but an upside of having something that keeps your skis and your snowboards off the ground, keeps your car safe, also stops your skis and your snowboard from sliding down, and even more so, possibly hitting someone else's car, keep them from getting run over, because you always hear those stories like someone ran over someone's skis and snowboards. Sometimes you run over your own skis and snowboard. That's where it's really bad. And something like this keeps them off the ground, keeps them safe, and I don't know. What else can you say about that? Piece of silicone and some magnets. If you don't have one, you should get one. That whiskey is much better smoked. Somebody recently asked me to give a review of my Jones Freecarver 6000, and I said, you don't want a review from me. I'm not the type of person that is going to give you a good stat heavy review, because honestly, they're not things that I look at, not things that really concern me too much. You know, being an older snowboarder, someone who started in the 90s on equipment that is nowhere near as good as the stuff we have today, put it on my feet, I can ride it. And that was the philosophy that I definitely had. I still somewhat have it, but what I can do outside of a review, I can give my take, my breakdown, what I thought about the board as I wrote it. And I haven't written it nearly enough to give a full breakdown, because I'm on a new board and new bindings. So it's a little difficult to give the pure impression of the board when both things are kind of new to me. But took it out on a thin base but a powdered day, and I got a little bit of a gash in there. Don't really know if it's enough for any P-Tex. I might just be able to fill it in with wax. We'll see. I might wax it tonight. But this board, I know it's supposed to be a carving board with the side cut and how it's set up, but as wide as this thing is, this thing looks like it would be a beast in the powder. It's much shorter than anything that I normally ride because of that width, and I don't miss the length on it. It's kind of amazing, and it actually rides like it's longer, because back here and here is where you're contacting. You don't have much nose after that, or much tail after that. So it's kind of like you're riding a much longer board that doesn't give you any chatter in the front, and it's very responsive in the tail. And that was kind of a unique feeling. And what that kind of did was it made you more confident. It corrected little mistakes. Like when you hit something or a rut, it like wanted to bounce you back to where you want it to be. And that's a unique thing when you're on a new board, because you're usually trying to be a little cautious because you don't know how the board's gonna react, if it's gonna give you a lot or if it's not gonna give you enough. But from what I've seen on this board, it wants to be pushed, and it corrects you when you push it improperly. And that's something that I really liked about this board. It sucked up the bumps, and that's probably because there's not a lot of nose to actually deal with those bumps when you hit it. You got an effective edge right here, and then not much nose to get in the way and mess you up. Because usually it's that nose that kind of like does what you don't want it to do. Digs a little, chatters too much, catches. That's what usually throws you off. You're usually falling from the front backwards more so than you're skidding out and falling, especially if you actually know how to ride. So with this effective edge being as far up as it is, and just this little bit of tail with this spoon, it hits a bump and just says that's where you need to be, and it puts you there. But it's not jarring when it puts you there. It's just kind of like a quick little nudge to be like, I think maybe you need to be on your toe a little bit more, or it's time to initiate with your heel. And that was really nice. It allowed me to push it faster than I would have, quicker than I would have with a new board. And if that makes any sense, what I'm saying, this board, outside of the specs, because honestly, we buy things from brands that we know, that we trust. Like, you know, Benjamin Moore paint's gonna be a little bit better than maybe the Bear from Home Depot. So I trust that Jones, as long as he's still involved with these things, is going to give us what he said he gave us. So those stats and all that stuff, that's on the website. And believe me, I believe him. I believe the side cut does this, and it initiates the turns, and it's this weight and all those things, and what's in it, the carbon fiber and all that stuff, a beautiful base. All that stuff is easy to find, and you can find for yourself. But what I think I can offer in this quick take is it gives you confidence. This board allows you to push it, but it makes you feel like you're in control, even when you know you're going a little bit faster than you realize, because it is a fast board. And I like that, because I got a lot of confidence. I enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'm only going to get more confidence. I'm only going to enjoy it more, and I'm only going to be able to push it harder once I actually have it on snow a lot more. And that's my take of the Jones Freecarver 6000. It's a board that you can push, and it keeps you honest, it keeps you in check, and it makes you feel like you're riding better than you are. you go over a bump and you're like, ooh, I should have been over here on that bump. I was a little out of place and maybe I would have been on my butt. But instead, you're into the next turn and you're further down the mountain. So if a board can give you that confidence, allow you to push it, but also keep you in check, what else can you ask for? It's not something that I'm used to with a much older board, but maybe that tech that they have in these boards now, maybe it really does make a difference. And all those things that you hear those reviewers talk about, maybe they're real. Maybe it's not just, oh, that's another board and I can ride it. Because it is definitely another board and I can ride it. But it did some things that I wasn't expecting. Jones Free Carver 6000. If you want one, I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm just going selling hard today. Might as well just make this one where I'm hawking my wares. But yeah, I enjoyed this board. I enjoyed this board with these flows as a combination. It was responsive and kept me in control. Man, I got multiple cameras going in here. I might be looking down, I might be looking up, I might be looking over. So if I'm not looking right at you, don't take it personally. Gotta take these bindings off because I gotta get them on my new arbor, because I gotta check that out with these bindings and figure out what I'm gonna do with those unions. Anybody want a pair of union step-ons? Man, no matter what I try to do, if I'm trying to make a video, my girlfriend always decides to call me. Now, I'm really excited to get this arbor on the snow without these unions. I like them, but they're not as responsive as I thought they were supposed to be. I thought these things were supposed to be like instantaneous toe heel, and they just wasn't. My flows to me feel more responsive than these things. And I don't know, I think it's possibly because you still following me? Yep. I think it's possibly because even though you're on, you get more flex side to side than the other ones. And the fact that you're connected here, here, and here seems like that would be really good, but you don't get, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not as responsive as I thought they were going to be based upon what everyone said. And it could be because I'm new to them. It's possible. But I don't think I'm going to give them a chance because I know what the flows can do. And this this disc is not metal like the ones with the flows. And I know I hear everyone always talk about the dead spot from a big solid disc, and I really don't know what they're talking about. That dead spot, I guess I got something for dead spots, because that solid connection to the board I don't really like that play that having a smaller dead spot gives you. I like it to be my board is strapped to my bindings, and my bindings are strapped to my feet. And when I initiate. But it's also probably just because of the way that I ride. Always rode with skiers, never really rode with snowboarders. So any of that freestyle mindset, I really just don't have. It's always been about speed, initiating turns, carving clean lines. And if there's something in the way that you needed to launch, you hit it. But I was never necessarily looking for it. And that's just a me thing. So I'm not the person to talk about anything that has a lot of flex and play and give. When people talk about boards being playful, I want my board being playful. I want my board being responsive and rigid. That's just me. So again, that's why I think it's a little bit difficult for me to give reviews, because I think more boards are going the route of being more playful. I don't know. But I do need to get these bindings off so I can put the flows on this, because I rode the free carver a couple of times with the new flows, but I really need to get on the mountain with this board in that combination. And I think I might be going to maybe Loon in New Hampshire on Saturday. Then I might go Sunday and Monday. Actually, I might go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then I have a 50th birthday trip to Mount Tremblant in Canada at the end of February. So I'm probably gonna ride this board more than that, even though when I go to Canada, I'm gonna bring both of them. Oh, here's the girlfriend calling again. She just does not get it. So let me get these bindings off. They still have that quick makeshift fix from Japan where I had to put tape and aluminum foil inside the screws to keep it on. It worked really well. I have no complaints about that fix. So even if I kept these on there, I need to take the bindings off so I can actually get the bolts or get the washers. There's that fix. That made it so I actually was able to have an enjoyable time in Japan. This quick little tape and aluminum foil fix. All because I forgot these guys right here. We all mess up sometimes. Come on. I mean, that's a pretty solid fix. That one's in there so good, doesn't want to come out. Come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Let's see how it is. That didn't seem to be no damage to the insert packs with that fix. So, no harm, no foul. A little bit of tape and a little bit of aluminum foil. And it actually made for a good story, I guess. These are light. I really wanted these things to work. And I would keep them, but there's no chance I'm gonna ride them. And I was listening to somebody talk about these bindings, and it was something that was a little bit difficult for me to catch on, and I eventually got it. And it's because you got to engage these heel then toe. But if you have been riding flows, which I have been for like 20 years, I engage toe then heel. And if you're coming from conventional two-strap bindings, you still step in heel, then toe, then strap in. But I'm always coming in this way. So needing to put this guy in first, it was just a little awkward. And it might even be just that muscle memory of stepping toe to heel as opposed to heel to toe that made these feel even more foreign to me. And I don't know. I don't know if that's an excuse or if that's just a reason, but it was something that I found that made sense when the person said it. That whiskey's tasted so much better now that I smoked it. It's a little inconvenience to smoke every single glass, but when it tastes that much better, I guess the inconvenience is worth it. Manufacturers could cut down on aluminum or metal and start giving us tape and aluminum foil washers instead of the metal ones, because they worked. Now, these bindings, they're light as hell. They're amazing tech, even though you're hearing me talk about how I like my flows better. These things are amazing. I've ridden some sort of step-ons or easy entry bindings since I started in 96. Probably the first year or so, I might have ridden straps, and then my skier friends wouldn't wait for me, and I found the Rosino SIS system, and I've never had conventional bindings since, with exception of the bindings that go on the split board. But even now they have these for split boards, but that being a whole nother thing. Those bindings are massively responsive. So yeah, if anyone is interested in a beautiful orange pair of Union step-ons, and some size 10 DC boots, basically brand new, hit me up in the message and we can work out a deal, because these definitely deserve a nice new home. Somebody who's going to ride them and give them some love, because honestly, they're probably never gonna go back on another snowboard of mine, and that's unfortunate. And they're too nice, too new, too expensive to just let them sit without passing them on to another home. So I'm probably gonna put them on eBay pretty soon. But like I said, if anybody is interested, hit me up in the comment and I read them all and we can work out something. So I am very excited to see what this board has to offer once I get the right bindings on it. Oh, and I will throw in the washers, so I won't give you a pile of tape and aluminum foil. Actually, I might give you a pile of tape and aluminum foil, but I will throw in the washers. Alrighty. Oh, come on, come on. Man, with as quick as I just did that, with these screws being the right length with the washer built in, I'm definitely not putting those on, because switching these from board to board is very quick. And I'm gonna actually compare the size of the two. This one is metal. This one is not. This one has some padding under it to give it a little bit of cushion. It's not much bigger, but it is bigger. And I don't like the smaller discs, those mini discs that give you all that flex. I like a big giant disc. I like an aluminum metal base. I like all that energy being transferred very instantaneously. And this just sounds like mechanical. Like I like stick shifts. I like lever action rifles. I like metal. And this just it's not the same. Doesn't do it for me. Like there's nothing exciting about that sound. Nothing exciting about that sound. That's performance. So I mean, to slam your disc into your base, new standard for testing bindings, maybe you need to do that. Like, ow, yeah, yes. This, nah, you got another one? That just doesn't sound right. So, I don't know. Just, ooh, even the way it slides off. Like, this is me. This isn't. I shouldn't have did it, but whatever. Live and learn, live and learn, live and learn. I mean, even I'm gonna take 4 of these screws, and I know these screws right now don't have the washers. I get that. That's fine. But even these screws feel more stainless steel, more metal. These feel more alloy. And just like, let's just see if we can, like that, the crap sound. Just this is alloy. This, you hear that? That's different. That's solid. That's what I like. There you go. There you go. That's a winning roll. That one, that's snake eyes. That's craps. Like, whatever. And I love the fact that this comes off without a tool. And the hybrid version of it, I guess if you wanted it to be a 2-strap setup, I guess it could be. Click in, lock that in, and you got something that's conventional, maybe, if you had to. Go for the replay of the test. Let's see. Make sure. Oh yeah, there you go. Come here. Don't ask me why I'm gonna clean my board off with hydrogen peroxide. Probably just comes from my medical side and my nature. There you go. Now it's all sanitized. We can perform surgery. It's not iodine, but it's definitely cleaner. Get in there. Get in there. There you go. Alrighty. I need you again. I think I'm gonna have to smoke up another one. Alrighty. Straps to the outside, straps to the outside, straps to the outside. It even, with this, the way that this rubberized portion on the bottom is compared to this. Now, I know I was talking about the sound and the click of that metal on metal, and this is more rubber, but when you put it on, let's see if you can notice, when you put this on, and it's just like when you put this one on, it slides more. So whatever this material is on the bottom of this, I'm sure it does something to dampen it, to suck up those vibrations, because I didn't get a lot of chatter under my foot. But this, make sure it's dry. You put it on, it like wants to stop. So this is rubberized, and even the just the thickness of this is much thicker, and sometimes when things are thicker, you don't get the same energy transfer as being more rigid but thinner. I know I'm talking these things up, but I just think they're just better for the way I ride. All right. With the free carver, I definitely went a little bit on the positive side. I'm probably gonna go back to my positive neutral on this board. A little bit more all mountain for me, but Not sure. It's a lot more nose on this guy. A lot more nose on this guy. And this board has a good amount of spoon here. You really don't see where it catches, where its points are. But it's like right here, and like right here. But they're kind of subtle. Yeah, they're kind of subtle. Yeah. I don't know what I want for this. Probably gonna say it's gonna be at least 15. I don't know. Offset disc. Let's pop it to 30 just to play around. See how that looks. That's some angle. That's some angle. Yeah, I'm gonna play with my 15. Somewhere like that. And that's like 21. I would say I love that sound. That is 15. Seems a little not like 15 neutral, but that's saying 15 neutral. Just once I get it in there locked in, I think I'm gonna go with like 15 neutral. 21, yeah, about 21. I might move this up because I don't need all that nose. I'm not gonna really probably be any serious powder anytime soon. Then that's gonna pop me into maybe 22. Yeah, like 22. And that's close to where I like to be. 21, 22, 15, 0. A little bit less nose now. It's not a whole lot of tail on this board no matter where you sit, but I think something like that is going to work. Be right back. Smoke up another whiskey. But let me go see what the girlfriend wants. Probably need to take the dog out. So I'm gonna hit stop. Yeah, so I did have to head upstairs to take the dog out. That was the reason why the girlfriend was giving me a call. So that kind of makes sense. We have a setup where my girlfriend takes the dog on walks, and because she takes the dog for longer walks, when she needs to go out to the bathroom, and whenever she takes her out, she always just sits there and looks like, when's the walk gonna start? When's the walk gonna start? So she won't just go to the bathroom in the yard. But I don't take her on the longer walks. So she knows when I take her out, you need to go to the bathroom here, because if not, we're going back upstairs. So it's kind of a good combination. I get the response to have the dog pee and poop in the yard, and I don't have to go on the longer walks. My girlfriend likes going on the longer walks, and she doesn't have to take the dog out in the morning. I guess it kind of works out. Teamwork. But on that same token, whenever the dog needs to go out and we're just chilling in the house or watching TV or doing any of that stuff, then it's completely my responsibility if we want the process to go quicker. But it is what it is. She always kind of wants me to go on the longer walks, and I'm like, if I go on the longer walks and she starts to focus in on the fact that I go on longer walks also, then she's never gonna go to the bathroom in the yard, and then that's just messed up. So no longer walks for me, or at least not that many. Alrighty. So I have an idea of where. Oh, that's pretty cool, where you can tell that they have metal stringers in this board for rigidity, because the magnet is gripping just a little bit. Let you know it's through that top sheet, but it's catching here and catching here. And I do believe this board has V-shaped stringers in it for rigidity. Yep, up front too. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see how much hold it has. A little bit. But I know where I want to set this up now. So let me get this out of the way so I can smoke me up another scotch. I'm gonna go with something different than the pecan. Let me through, let me through. Oak. Shit. Here. Let's go with some pear. I'm gonna go with some exotic fruit wood. I'm gonna go with pear. I actually do not like pears, but I guess the burning wood's not a bad thing. Okay. It's already after midnight, so make that my last pour. That's better smoke than last one. Oh yeah, that's better smoke. Oh, looks like my propane is about to run out. We have to change that. It's gonna get really cold in here. Pear. That is lighter than last. It's slightly different. Let's let it sit a little bit. Don't think I need any more wax or any more buffing. Even though I probably should. I did ride this 4 or 5 days. It still feels good though. Maybe I'll put a coat on it and let it sit. Buckles to the outside. Man, you put one screw in, you start to tighten it down, and with whatever that material they have, that rubber they have on the bottom, it just sticks to the board. So just about everything with these bindings seem to just want to transfer to the board without any hesitation or delay. God, I like that. Let's see. Can I go with this one? Nope. That's only 14. What happened? That definitely changed. There we go. That's better. What's the difference? That smoke is really light on that. I feel like I might re-smoke it. Something a little bit heavier than that pear. Because I like the other one a lot better. Might go really smoky. Do some oak walnut. Yeah, that's not enough smoke for me. Don't like the pear. Don't like the pear. Apple, that's gonna be light too. Walnut, peach. All nut. Let's go with some walnut. All right, well. Double smoked pear and walnut. See how this one works. That's better. Double smoked. So I guess I don't really like those really light fruit woods. Kind of like I'm gonna smoke my brisket. Need some real smoke. Simple. Nice. Yeah, so definitely can't wait to get on this combination now. Definitely looking forward to this one. As much, maybe even more than the Jones Free Carver. These are the two boards that I've ridden for, I don't know, 25 plus years now. Mostly Arbor, because obviously they were out before the Jones. But then I went back and forth between Arbor and Jones, and this year I decided to not decide and go for both of them, the Arbor and the Jones. And the Brian Iguchi is very much on par with that Jones type of philosophy. That just big mountain, old school rider, used to be freestyle, decided to mellow out, stay in the sport, and do what old men do. And I like that. And his board went away for a little while, and I think this is the first year they brought it back for the lineup. I don't remember how many years it's been out of the lineup, but it's nice. I like it. I love the colors. I love the fact that it's simple and it works really nice with this black and orange. It's a great looking board. And I really did enjoy riding it. I kind of could tell that I was really going to like the board, even though it was paired with these, which I don't know. But now I definitely think this is going to be a really nice board for the way I ride. Alrighty. So, what else we got? And keep this going. Put my tool away. So I have been asked several times, at least enough to know that it's something that people want, and it's also something that I enjoy, something that I collect wherever I go, along with like hats. The more you stick around, the more you realize I got a thing for hats. But stickers. So I've been working on the Dirtbag Association stickers, and the stickers with our wax is old, our knees are older, but the stoke doesn't melt, along with a protect your stoke and a couple of other things. And I came up with some pretty nice designs. Some of them are just basic stickers. Oh. Got a couple of glitter stickers, a couple of holographic stickers, all pretty good quality. Something that I kind of like. I'll probably talk about them more when I can actually bring the camera down and show the stickers more. But this is one of the glitter ones. I think it's a pretty nice sticker. Actually, I'm very proud of this sticker. This is just the regular logo that's on the website with the Dirtbag Association. Ugh. I actually had all the stickers out that I wanted, but I put a couple of stickers on something, so now I don't have them out to show. Of course, gotta be unprepared, right? This is just the regular die cut sticker with the Dirtbag Association as the logo. I really like this, like the colors, like how it came out. This is a 3x3 sticker, 3" by 3". Pretty good sticker for like a thermos, laptop. I got a couple of these stainless steel mugs for some of the other products that I used to make, and I have a couple of them left over. So I was thinking, I think I have 3. I was thinking about popping the Dirtbag Association sticker on this stainless steel cup, and popping a couple of the other stickers inside. And anyone who is interested in this, if you go down to my Buy Me a Coffee link and make a donation and mention that you want this mug, I don't care what the donation is, list that in there, because you would be one of the first people to give me a donation on that Buy Me a Coffee, and I kind of want to see how it works. I'll package this bad boy up, I'll take care of the shipping, and I'll send it to you. You just leave a message with I want the mug and your shipping address. I got 3 of them. I'll put a sticker on it and a couple of stickers in it, and I'll send it to you. Quick and simple. The Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description, so anybody who wants that, This is the slogan. Our wax is old, our knees are older, but the stoke doesn't melt. This is also another holographic sticker, which I kind of like. This is one I was playing around with. This one is kind of cool. I always hear things and I remember them and I'm like, oh man, that's a bumper sticker or that's a t-shirt. And I was on the lift maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago with somebody, and it was a beautiful day, one of the really first nice days, and we were just talking about how amazing it was, how beautiful it is, and looking at, like, it was a bluebird day. And I'm like, man, God made the mountains. He must be a snowboarder. And I'm like, that's a bumper sticker. And the person's like, yeah, you better put that in your phone memo. And I don't necessarily like pulling out my phone on the lift, but as soon as I got up to the top, I pulled my phone out, put it in the memo, and then I came back and I worked on it. And this is kind of what I came up with. God made the mountains. He must be a snowboarder. Kind of like this one. I'm going to probably do it in skate, surf, wake, just because it kind of makes sense. But I really like this one. Then I also did several of the protect your stoke things that I was working on. I put out a community post and had people like pick which ones they liked. So my old man right here, protect your stoke with the dog carrying his stuff in the sled, which is similar to what I used to do in the military as an Arctic paratrooper. We used to have to carry all of our stuff in these sleds called Akios. We'd strap up ourselves like the sled dogs and we pull our tents, all of our equipment, all of our food. So I kind of put that in this one. I put something that was similar to our tent and a sled with him pulling all of his outdoor gear, the snowshoes, a snowboard. He's on some skis, and protect your stoke. So I made that one. Then I had to make one with a black guy because that's who I am. With a camper, a pop-up camper, because I also have a 4-wheel camper and that's kind of a me thing. So I got this one and can't leave out the ladies. So then I have this one. Protect your stoke with the lady pulling the sled, going to get her backcountry on. Got a couple other things in here, and wanted to test the quality on a couple of shirts from the place that I got the stickers made, which was Sticker Mule. So I don't really know the quality of these t-shirts because I actually used to print t-shirts myself. I got my heat press over there, and having a good quality shirt with a good quality either screen print or heat transfer screen print, which most things are if they're not direct to garment printing. So I have no idea the quality of this shirt or the quality of this print, but I didn't want to open it up until I at least did it on camera. So let's see what they got for quality on these things. First impression, I don't really like those overly soft shirts. I much like a really good gilding. I like a thick t-shirt because I go through those thin t-shirts. but I know everyone really likes those soft t-shirts. This one has a printed tag, so no tag, so you don't have to worry about the rip. Seems to be pretty good quality. You can see through it, so that's not necessarily how I like to roll, but not bad. This is a large unisex, pretty boxy, but more so I wanted to see what the quality of the print was. It feels good. Also feels rubbery, which can be good if it actually is a good quality and it will last through a wash. Sometimes you can tell by the stretch, and that stretch is pretty good. That stretch is pretty good. There we go. That's the logo. Thank you for watching and for your support. I'm Blair, and this is the Dirtbag Association, where our wax is old, our knees are older, but the stoke doesn't melt. See you on the mountain.
I don't ask for too much.